Imagine if staying in ketosis didn't require tracking apps, carb calculators, or constant food anxiety. Imagine if your body could finally switch from sugar burning chaos to calm, clean fat burning without guesswork. That's exactly where zero carb foods come in. When we talk about keto, most people focus on low carb. But metabolically speaking, zero carb is where ketosis becomes simple, predictable, and powerful. Because ketosis is not about eating keto products, it's about lowering insulin. Most people believe ketosis is hard because they've been told the wrong enemy. They think fat is the problem. They think calories are the problem. They think discipline is the problem. But the real switch that controls fat burning, weight gain, cravings, inflammation, and even brain fog is one hormone: insulin. Insulin is not evil, it is essential for survival. But in the modern world, insulin is constantly overstimulated, and that single fact has changed human health more than any virus or genetic mutation ever could. Every time insulin rises, fat burning shuts off. This is not an opinion. This is basic physiology. Inside your cells are tiny power plants called mitochondria. They decide whether you burn sugar or fat. When insulin is high, mitochondria are forced to burn glucose. When insulin is low, they are finally allowed to burn fat and produce ketones. Ketosis is not a diet, it is a hormonal state. And the fastest, cleanest way to enter that state is by eating foods that keep insulin silent. This is where zero carb foods change everything. Carbohydrates raise insulin dramatically. Protein raises insulin moderately. Fat raises insulin almost not at all. That hierarchy has been confirmed again and again in metabolic ward studies where food intake is controlled and blood markers are measured hour by hour. When carbohydrates enter the bloodstream, glucose spikes. The pancreas responds by releasing insulin. That insulin pushes glucose into cells and locks fat inside fat cells at the same time. This is why people can eat less and still not lose weight. This is why hunger doesn't go away. This is why energy crashes happen. Because insulin is doing exactly what it was designed to do: store energy. Zero carb foods remove that signal. When you eat foods that contain no carbohydrates, blood sugar barely moves. When blood sugar doesn't move, insulin stays low. And when insulin stays low, fat burning turns on automatically. No willpower required. This is not theoretical. In controlled studies, individuals consuming zero or near zero carbohydrate diets show dramatically lower insulin levels within days, sometimes within hours. At the same time, ketone production increases. The liver begins converting fatty acids into beta hydroxybutyrate, a clean, efficient fuel for the brain. Here's the shocking part most people never hear. The brain actually prefers ketones. Ketones produce more energy per unit of oxygen than glucose. They generate fewer free radicals. They stabilize neuronal firing. This is why ketogenic and zero-carb approaches have been used for nearly a century to treat epilepsy, long before modern medications existed. But the effect doesn't stop at seizures. Lower insulin reduces inflammation throughout the body. Insulin is a growth signal. Chronically elevated growth signals accelerate aging, cancer risk, and metabolic disease. When insulin drops, autophagy increases, the cellular cleanup process that removes damaged proteins and dysfunctional mitochondria. This is why people often report clearer skin, reduced joint pain, improved mood, and sharper focus when insulin is kept low consistently. Zero carb foods make this consistency possible. Think about the average day of eating. Breakfast spikes insulin, lunch spikes insulin. Snacks spike insulin, dinner spikes insulin. There is no window for fat burning. There is no metabolic rest. Zero carb eating creates insulin silence. That silence allows the body to remember a skill it has not forgotten: fat adaptation. When fat becomes the primary fuel, hunger hormones change. Ghrelin decreases, leptin sensitivity improves, appetite becomes information instead of noise. This is why people often say, "I forgot to eat," not because they're starving, but because their body is finally fueled. Another uncomfortable truth is this: many keto-friendly foods still spike insulin. Low-carb tortillas, sugar alcohols, keto snacks, protein bars. They may fit macros on paper, but hormones don't read labels. Zero-carb foods remove the ambiguity. Meat, eggs, animal fats, and certain seafood do not stimulate insulin in a meaningful way. They provide complete nutrition without triggering the storage hormone. From an evolutionary perspective, this makes perfect sense. Humans survived long winters and food scarcity not by eating frequently, but by burning stored fat. That metabolic flexibility is still encoded in your DNA. Insulin resistance develops when insulin is constantly elevated. Lowering insulin is the only way to reverse it. Studies consistently show that reducing carbohydrate intake lowers fasting insulin, improves HOMA-IR scores, and reduces visceral fat, even when calories are not intentionally restricted. Visceral fat is not just cosmetic. It wraps around organs and releases inflammatory cytokines that increase the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and certain cancers. Lower insulin means less visceral fat. Less visceral fat means lower disease risk. This is why zero carb is not extreme. Chronic insulin elevation is. There is also a neurological component that cannot be ignored. Insulin spikes are followed by drops in blood sugar. Those drops trigger anxiety, irritability, and cravings. Stabilize insulin, and emotional eating loses its grip. This is not about perfection. It's about removing the strongest metabolic disruptor. Even one zero-carb meal per day can create hours of insulin silence. That window is enough to start fat burning, enough to lower inflammation, enough to restore confidence in your body. And when people experience that calm, when hunger no longer screams, when energy no longer crashes, they realize something powerful. Their body was never broken. It was just being told over and over again to store instead of burn. Zero-carb foods don't force ketosis. They allow it. They remove the interference. They quiet insulin. They let biology do what it has always known how to do: burn fat, make ketones, heal from the inside out. And once insulin is silent, ketosis stops being a struggle and becomes the default. The human body does not fail because it is weak. It fails because it is overwhelmed by constant food decisions, overwhelmed by endless ingredients, overwhelmed by signals it was never designed to process. Modern nutrition didn't just add calories to our plates, it added complexity, and complexity is the silent killer of long-term ketosis. Ketosis doesn't break down because people lack discipline. It breaks down because the metabolic system is forced to interpret too many signals at once. Every food you eat sends instructions. Some tell the body to burn, some tell the body to store, some confuse the system so badly that it does neither efficiently. Simplicity removes confusion. This is not philosophy. This is physiology. The more variables introduced into the diet, the more insulin becomes unpredictable. And unpredictability is the enemy of ketosis. Studies in metabolic wards where food is controlled and blood markers are measured show something striking. The fewer ingredients people eat, the more stable their insulin response becomes. Not lower calories, not more supplements. Fewer variables. When insulin responses stabilize, ketone production becomes consistent. And consistency, not intensity, is what determines long-term success. This is why complicated keto plans fail. Tracking macros, weighing food, calculating net carbs, chasing ketone numbers, all of it creates stress. And stress itself raises cortisol. Cortisol raises blood glucose. Blood glucose raises insulin. And suddenly, ketosis collapses, not because of food, but because of complexity. The nervous system is deeply connected to metabolism. When the brain perceives chaos, the body prepares for danger. Danger mode favors glucose, not fat. Simplicity tells the body it is safe. Zero carb and ultra simple food choices reduce decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is not just psychological, it's hormonal. Every decision drains dopamine. Lower dopamine increases cravings. Cravings lead to impulsive eating. This is why people don't fall off keto. They burn out. Simplicity prevents burnout. When food choices are repetitive and biologically familiar, the brain relaxes. The hypothalamus, the control center for hunger and energy, stops scanning for threats. That's when appetite regulation returns. Leptin sensitivity improves. Ghrelin spikes decrease. Hunger becomes quieter and more accurate. This is why people eating very simple ketogenic diets often report eating less without trying. Not because food is restricted, but because signals are clear. Another uncomfortable truth is this: variety increases overeating. Research consistently shows that food variety stimulates appetite even when caloric needs are met. This is called sensory-specific satiety. The brain seeks novelty. The more flavors and textures available, the more food is consumed. Simplicity removes novelty, and overeating disappears. This is not deprivation. This is alignment. From an evolutionary standpoint, humans did not have endless food choices. They ate what was available repeatedly for long periods of time. Metabolism adapted to that rhythm. Ketosis thrives in that rhythm. Modern keto often ignores this biology and replaces it with processed keto alternatives. Low carb desserts, sugar substitutes, protein bars engineered to taste like candy. These foods may technically fit a macro chart, but metabolically they create noise. Sweet taste alone, without sugar, can trigger insulin in some individuals. This is called the cephalic insulin response. The body prepares for sugar even when it never arrives. Over time, this mismatch worsens insulin resistance. Simplicity removes that mismatch. When food tastes like food, not dessert, the body responds appropriately. Another shocking reality is how simplicity impacts inflammation. Highly processed low carb foods contain seed oils, emulsifiers, and additives that disrupt the gut lining. Gut permeability increases, endotoxins enter the bloodstream, systemic inflammation rises. Inflammation interferes with insulin signaling. Poor insulin signaling disrupts ketosis. This is why people doing keto still experience bloating, fatigue, and stalls. It's not the fat, it's the complexity. Simpler foods digest more predictably. Predictable digestion leads to predictable glucose response. Predictable glucose response leads to stable insulin. Stable insulin allows fat adaptation to complete. Fat adaptation is not instant. It takes weeks to months. And during that transition, simplicity is protective. When food choices change daily, the body never fully adapts. It stays metabolically confused, half sugar burning, half fat burning. That metabolic limbo feels terrible. Simplicity allows the switch to complete. This is why long-term ketosis is easier for people who eat the same few meals repeatedly. Not because they lack creativity, but because their metabolism is finally allowed to settle. There is also a psychological freedom that comes with simplicity. When food rules are complicated, guilt increases. Guilt increases stress. Stress raises cortisol. Cortisol disrupts ketosis. Simple rules reduce guilt. If the food is zero carb or metabolically clean, the decision is done. No debate, no negotiation, no mental exhaustion. That mental calm translates into physiological calm, and physiology always follows perception. One of the most shocking findings in long-term ketogenic studies is this: adherence predicts success more than macronutrient precision. People who follow a simple plan imperfectly outperform those who follow a complex plan perfectly for a short time. Ketosis is not a sprint. It is a state the body returns to when conditions are right. Simplicity keeps those conditions right. Even in therapeutic ketosis used for epilepsy, neurodegenerative disease, and metabolic syndrome, protocols are intentionally simple: few foods, clear rules, minimal variation, because the brain heals best in stable environments. And metabolic healing is no different. The goal is not to control the body harder. The goal is to interfere with it less. Simplicity removes interference. When insulin remains low day after day, the body shifts its baseline. Fat burning becomes default. Ketone production becomes steady. Energy becomes reliable. This is when people stop doing keto and start living in ketosis, not because they try harder, but because the environment supports it. Simplicity is not boring. Metabolic chaos is exhausting, and the body will always choose calm when given the chance. Long-term ketosis does not require perfection. It requires clarity, clear foods, clear signals, clear hormones, strip away the noise, and the system stabilizes. That's not restriction. That's restoration. And when simplicity becomes the strategy, ketosis stops being something you chase and becomes something you sustain. Zero carb food list that keeps keto and ketosis simple in